Hey friends, it's Kelly and welcome back to Mama Needs a Goal. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and if you're new here, welcome. So friends, today's video is all about getting ready at night for the next morning so you are not going crazy, you're not pulling your hair out, you're not stressed out, you don't have the kids overwhelmed when you're trying to get out the door for work and school. This video also will work for those of you that just get ready, that don't have children, or your children are grown and out of the house, but you're still working and you need to get out early in the morning. Because for me, I find when I get up early in the morning, I have brain fog and I am no good. I do not function well in the morning. Now, with that said, I do work outside the home. I work 3 hours a day, but it's in the middle of the day. So I don't have to be out of the house when the kids are leaving, but I do get up early and get things going, get them out, and then I go on and get myself ready. But a lot of you are not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to leave when the kids do. So this video is going to be extremely helpful to get you guys ready to get out in the morning, and the kids are going to leave with a healthy breakfast, a healthy lunch, and they're going to start their day off with peace and calm, and they're not going to be overwhelmed going to school and just be all frazzled, and you're not going to go to school or go to work being all frazzled. So with that said, now I have two boys. They're both high school students. Because I do not work, outside the home other than those couple hours, I do a lot for my boys. And a lot of you are probably thinking, oh my gosh, Kelly, please, but they do have responsibility. So I just want to put that out there so I don't get any hate. But if you do have a couple children and you do work outside the home, it is important to get the kids involved in helping you get prepped and ready. One of the biggest things is to start by asking them what they would like for lunch and breakfast the following week. I will have my kids, usually on Thursday or Friday, I'll start, what do you guys want for lunch next week? What do you want for breakfast? And what I do is I'll tell them, text me. I'm going to the store on Sunday at such and such time. Please text me and let me know what you guys want. They're teenagers, that's all they do is text. I get what I need. I'm able to buy the stuff that I need, and if I need to do any kind of meal prep, I can do that on Sunday evening or anytime over the weekend, and then I am ready for the week. If you have little ones, just give them a couple options to pick from. You can ask them while you're in the car. You can give them a piece of paper and pen, and they can try to write it down themselves while you're in the car. You don't have to be sitting down with the paper and saying, let's meal plan. But just get them involved. Ask them what they're looking for, because as I mentioned, I do work outside the home part-time. I am a recess lunch monitor, and this is one of the biggest things that I see. The kids do not eat their lunch. A lot of kids throw their lunch away, or part of their lunch. It just breaks my heart to see the amount of food that goes in the trash. You would be shocked to see the amount of waste. And usually, I'll say to the kids, how come you didn't eat your sandwich? And I don't like that. My dad packed me ham and I don't like ham. I don't make kids eat their lunch. That's not something that we do. But I do try to talk to them and say, well, why don't you ask Dad or tell Dad, hey Dad, I really like turkey. Could you get that for me for my lunch? And they'll say, oh, okay. Or if I see that they're sitting there eating and they have fruit that they haven't touched, but they've ate the Doritos, I'll go over and say, oh, strawberries or blueberries, they're my favorite. And my son really likes this. Which ones are your favorites? And the next thing I know, they start eating them like crazy. So I try to do things like that where I'm not pushing them like, kids, you need to eat that. I just kind of, talk to them and just, you know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, but like I said, I do see a lot of lunches go in the trash. So, I find it's important to include them in the decision making and also in the process of making the food and getting it ready for breakfast and lunch and doing some meal prep. So with all that said, I think you guys are going to find this video very helpful, and I'm hoping that it's going to eliminate a lot of stress for you guys in the morning when you're leaving to get out the door. So we're going to go ahead and turn the camera around, and I'm going to show you how I have everything laid out at nighttime and what I do and how I do it in the morning. So let's get this camera down and turn it around. All right, my friends, so we are going to start here in my refrigerator. I like to keep my refrigerator organized so that way I know where everything is. Everything has its place, and it does help me a lot getting things together. So we're going to go in here real quick so I can show you what I do in the evening. So up there on the top left shelf is where I have most of my breakfast food, my eggs, my sausage, my bacon. So if I need to cook breakfast that morning, it's all there. I know where it is, easy to grab. But over here is where I want to show you how I prep. So I only have 2 boys, so I just need enough space for the 2 of them. But I'm going to show you something that might help you if you have more than 2 kids or a limited space in your fridge. Oh, that's the door alarm telling me I've had the door open too long. Let me shut that off. Okay, so I fill their water bottles up with water, have them in there overnight so they're nice and cold. They each get a Gatorade to take with them for after school activities, and then they can just refill their water bottle if needed. I ask them what they want for lunch, and they will tell me what they want. Today here we have an orange, we have a string cheese, a Go-Gurt, and then here we have the same thing, but we have a bag of cucumbers that the oldest likes and some ranch dressing. So I have that all prepped and ready, so when I come down in the morning, all I need to do is grab all that out of the fridge and put it over on the counter with their lunch boxes and start putting their lunch together. And if I need to make them a sandwich, down here in this drawer is where I have all my lunch meats, so I know exactly where the lunch meats are. And this drawer here is where all my fruits are, so if I need any additional fruits or whatever, easy, quick to grab. If they want lettuce or tomato on their sandwiches, everything's right here. I know what to grab. Now, right here, this is for the breakfast prep. I know my husband is going to be having bagels for lunch or bagels for breakfast, so I pulled the whipped cream down off of the shelf back there and put it here. The boys are going to be having banana splits, and like I said, these are the items that are going to be using for the banana splits, and you'll see a recipe coming out soon for those, but that's what they'll be using for that. So now when I come in and get their breakfast ready, I can just grab everything that I need, take it to the table, and then they can go ahead and put their breakfast together. So that's kind of how I set up my refrigerator. I usually put what I need up on that top shelf. It goes in their lunch boxes, and anything that I need for breakfast for that morning I'll kind of group together. But because my refrigerator is so organized, I pretty much know where everything is, so it's not too big of a big deal trying to find everything. So that's how I get myself ready and prepped at night for the next morning for their lunches. So now I'm going to go ahead and just show you quickly the little container that I was talking about. This little plastic thing here, I buy these at Home Goods, all different sizes. They have longer ones, short ones. If you have a couple kids or a limited amount of space, grab yourself a couple of these, and you can write the kids' names on them, and then so you can just tell the kids, hey, go out and grab your container, go through the fridge, get what you want, put it in there, and that way they're all ready for their lunch for the next day. And then that's one less thing you have to worry about in the morning. They picked out what they want, so they're more likely to go ahead and eat it. So now let's go ahead and move on to the pantry. All right, my friends, so we're heading into the pantry now. So my top shelf here, this is where I keep all my breads, rolls, bagels, that kind of thing. Right now it looks empty because I took out some rolls and bagels and have them stationed already out here for breakfast and lunch. But that's where I normally keep all my breads and stuff. And then here in this top shelf is where I keep all of my cereals and my breakfast foods, dry goods. I have like Pop-Tarts and oatmeal, and there's some oats, and then back in the corner I have some Bisquick and some preserves and the maple syrup and things like that. And then down here on this shelf, this is where we keep all of our everyday snacks, plus some of these things the kids will put in their lunches as well. I have like granola bars, my peanut butter, and then I just have our everyday snacks that we eat. And then it just goes around here. And then sometimes the kids might say I want some Doritos for my lunch, and I'll just take the Doritos and put them in a Ziploc bag. But we do have a designated area for snacks that they take pretty much. They have certain snacks they take every single day. So down here I have this little shelf here that I keep my air fryer on, And then I have some baskets right there. Pringles is one of their staples. They take Pringles every day in their lunch. So I have that there. And then this container here that's emptied. I normally have apple parfaits and mandarin oranges in that container there, because Zach usually takes one or the other in his lunch every day. And then we have two different kind of fruit snacks. There's some in the front and in the back, and then the other one here, there's some Pocky snacks, and in the back there is some Rice Krispie treats, and they're pretty much the staples that they take almost every day. So this is kind of the shelf that we don't really touch much as our regular snack, because this way I know I always have something for them for their snacks. But obviously if they want it, they can have it, but I try to keep these separate just so I know I always have something. Oops, I just backed into the wall. So anyway, this is what my snack shelf looks like and my breakfast shelf looks like. So as you can see, when they want to get their snack for their lunches, because I always ask them to pick it out, it's easy to come in, grab what they need, and put it on the counter. And then, you know, it makes it easier for me to know how much cereal I have left and what cereal they want. So that is a look into my pantry. Okay, friends, so now we are here over on the kitchen island, and this is my workspace for when I get ready for lunches. So my kids normally take a lunch bag for their lunch. I actually went to Costco this past weekend, and they did not have any lunch bags. They were sold out. I still have about a week and a half before the kids go back to school, so I'm going to just order some probably on Amazon. But just for this video, I'm showing you the lunch boxes, obviously. And when my husband worked, he actually took one of these lunch boxes. Is actually my husband's. He actually took one of them when he went into the office. So anyway, so what I do is I get their lunch after everything's cleaned up from dinner. The counters are all clean and wiped down. I put out their lunch bags, and then I ask them to go in and pick out their snacks. So they'll go in, pick out their snacks, and then I lay the snacks right in front of their lunch box. And then for lunch, I usually ask them, you know, we do our meal plan. I ask them what they want. So for this particular day, they're going to have chicken sandwiches. So what I do is I do cook those in the morning, because I have enough time from the time I get up to the time they leave that I can throw them in the oven. If you don't have that kind of time, you can cook them the night before and then just throw them in the microwave in the morning just to heat them up a little bit. That's totally up to you. Or some kids eat them cold, right? You know, take them out of the fridge, and by the time they get to school, they're room temperature. That's fine, however your kids like it. But what I normally do is I have my paper plate here. This is what I make their sandwiches on. I have 2 sandwich bags here. We do use the sandwich bags. I even go as far as unzipping these and have them ready to go. Sorry, you can see my tripod right there. Sorry about that. And have that ready. If I am making a sandwich or a hoagie, I'll even have the knife out. I won't be using it for what we're making, but I just wanted to show you, to give you an idea how detailed I get to prep. So when my morning comes, I am like boom, boom, boom. So I'll even put it out. So then I have my rolls here for the sandwiches. Now, if they're going to be using lettuce and tomato or mayo, I will be showing you in the refrigerator as well how I get ready for that. So now we're going to go ahead and move over to the stove. So I already have my baking sheet out with some parchment paper. I even get out my turner and my what is that called? Pot holder. So everything is ready. The chicken is in the freezer in the bag. So when I come down in the morning, I turn my stove on, get the chicken out, put it on here, get it in the oven. That's the first thing I do if I am cooking something in the oven, because sometimes I'll make pizza as well in the mornings. And I do that as soon as I come down, so that way it gives it time to cool down and it's not hot when you wrap it and get all soggy. It just kind of becomes more room temperature. The next thing that I do in the morning or at night is I get the drink station ready. I have a cup of coffee every morning with 1 Splenda, so I have my cup there with 1 Splenda. My son likes iced coffee. So I have his cup there ready because I do his first to get it in the fridge to cool it down by the time he comes down in the morning to drink it. I have 4 Splendas for him. My pods are right there, so ready. I make sure that my pot is filled, that I have enough water for 2 cups of coffee. And this is my husband's. He drinks hot tea in the morning, and I love this pitcher here. I got this at Costco. You just flip it on and you see how it turns blue. When it'll just go ahead and boil, and then when it boils it automatically turns off. I don't have to worry about coming back and turning it off. I'm going to show you what it looks like when it boils because it's really cool. But so these I get started next, and then once that boils I will pour his tea and put his tea bag in, and then I take that to the table and he finishes up with his Splenda and creamer and stuff. Then I have here the toaster. So this morning he's gonna have bagels and cream cheese. So I have his plate here, I have the bagels out, and I have the toaster. So I know what time he comes down in the mornings, so I will time it and have his bagels ready and on the table when he comes down in the morning, and then he'll go ahead and finish the rest of it. So I'm going to take you over to the kitchen table. Let me turn the light on so you can see a tad bit better. So this is how I prep at night too for the breakfast table. So this is the spot my husband sits in. I have his knife out for the cream cheese. I have his Splenda packets there. Now this little container contains his medicine. Now I do not recommend this if you have small children in the house or pets. You don't want to, that's why I have it in the container, because of the dogs. But if you have small children, you probably don't want to put that out yet the night before until you're ready to take the medication. So I do advise against that if you have small children in the house. And then I have like his little fiber there. So when his bagels are done and his tea is done, I just bring them over, sit him here, and then he's on his own. Now this morning the kids are going to have their breakfast is going to be banana splits. That is in a video that I have coming up. Don't worry, it's not ice cream, I promise. But what I do is I have their bananas laying there. These here are little corn containers, and these work great for the banana splits. So I have those there. I have their fork and a napkin. I will be putting out some yogurt and some berries and stuff on the table here. So I have the spoon out for the yogurt, the berries and all, and then they can actually just peel their banana, put it in, and do all their toppings that they want on the banana split. And then I have their vitamins there as well. The oldest one usually drinks a cup of milk, which I just realized I did not put out. So I will take a glass, put that next to the refrigerator, and then I'll pour his milk and bring it over. And I know a lot of you are probably saying, oh my word, woman, why are you doing all that for them? This is what I choose to do for my kids. I find it easy. It keeps them less stressed in the morning. They do have a lot of responsibility. They do things around the house. But this is just things that I'm doing for them in the morning to make sure that they start their day off good. If you guys, want, you can have your kids be a little bit more involved and help out. That's fine, but this is just what I prefer to do. And I forgot to show you guys it boiled already, but I can make it boil real quick by just turning it back on, and it'll come back up. Here we go. Is that cool or what? Look at that. Isn't that neat? And then it automatically turns off. So this is everything how I prep in the morning. And now what I'm going to do is go ahead and put things together. Obviously I'm not making the breakfast and sandwiches because, I'm doing this video for you and it's not morning. But I'm going to show you what I do once I finish everything and how I have it laid out in the morning when they come and get ready to walk out the door. Alright my friends, so here is what I do in the morning. This is the end of the island and that is the entrance to the garage. So this is why I use this part of the island to make sure everything's good. So what I usually do is before the kids go to bed, I have them put their backpacks right down here. And then what I do is I put their lunch boxes here with their Gatorade and their water, so this way when they're leaving they can make sure that they just grab it and out the door they go. So this is how I set everything up for them to make it quick and easy. They just grab and boom, out the door. So, and of course, right now, we're going to have to be wearing face masks to school. So I figured I might as well show you this as well. I have this Kleenex holder here, and my Kleenex box is actually taller than my container. So what I ended up doing is, that's a box of masks. So I just put the masks in there. So we have them here for when they're ready. So what I will be doing now is when they go to school, I will be grabbing them a mask and putting one on top of their lunchbox. And unfortunately, this is our way of living right now. And then they're ready to walk out the door. All right, my friends, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. I am so happy to answer anything that you have. And if you see anything that you think might be an improvement to what I'm doing that'll make things go a lot easier, please feel free to comment below too. I'm always open to new ideas, and I'm always open to making things just more efficient and just being a lot more organized and allowing things to go so much smoother, because I really, really believe that it's important that our children have a healthy lunch, a healthy breakfast, and when they're going out the door, they're not feeling overwhelmed and stressed out. I don't want my kids starting their day off feeling anxious or stressed because I'm yelling, rushing them, and trying to get them out the door. That's not how I want them to start their mornings off, especially on school days. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and again, questions, leave them in the comments. So thanks so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel, as it greatly helps me out. And don't forget to hit that little bell, because it will notify you every time I have a new video coming out. And friends, don't forget to follow me over on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I just started a TikTok. You're not gonna see me dancing, but I'm hoping as I get used to it, I'll have some cute little things on there for you guys. So don't forget, it's all of the medias are called, all the social medias are called Mama Needs a Goal. So don't forget to go check me out over on all those social medias as well. So friends, thanks again so much for joining me. And for those of you that have children going back to school, I really hope that your kids have a wonderful year. Please stay safe, and thanks again for joining me. Bye, friends.